Hey, Kippy, how you doing? Siblings rising. Oh, is her brother gonna show up again? Oh, if it isn't Evelyth, it's always a pleasure, my friend. And how fortuitous that you should appear now, just when I'm in need of help again. Pray, hear me out. You see, my brother recently wrote saying that he wished to meet in Ul'dah during the Rising celebration. However, the appointed hour has come and gone, but I've seen neither hide nor hair of him. I've checked all the likely places in the city to no avail, and am beginning to worry. If it isn't too much trouble, may I ask you to help me find him? Mm-hmm. I'm in your debt. Now, my brother's a youth of 16 by the name of Nagi. He recently became an adventurer, something he had aspired to since he was little. We've met. In fact, I'm pretty sure we've talked to her about. Being an adventurer yourself, perhaps you know of him, if not crossed paths. We met at the previous Rising. Not only did you meet him, but you helped him on his way, you say? What an amazing coincidence. I thought this had come up in a previous event with her. Maybe not. That being said, it doesn't necessarily mean you would know where he is now. If he isn't in the city, though, chances are he went outside on some business. To begin with, I propose we split up and make inquiries in case someone has seen him. If you could focus on this area, I shall speak with those in the quicksand. Afterwards, let us reconvene by the entrance to the tavern. Okay. Hello? Hello? Greetings, adventurer. As part of the Rising celebration, we are currently preparing an exciting game for your enjoyment. It will take a little longer, however, and we ask for your patience in the meantime. Okay. Greetings, adventurer. How may I assist you? Oh, Nagi. I understand he is doing some work for the Wandering Minstrel. I dare say his client can point you in the right direction, if you can track the man down, that is. I'm afraid I don't know his whereabouts at present. Okay. Hello? Something you need? Oh, Nagi. Aye, I know the sprightly lad. Couldn't say where he is now, but last I saw him, he mentioned taking on some delivery work. He's a curious one, he is. Gets along with everyone well enough, but doesn't seem to like working in a team. What with talk of bandits prowling the road of late, I can't help but worry. Oh no. Anyone else? Anyone else? Bran. Hey, I know this alcove where a certain person usually stands this time of year. Something I can do for you, adventurer. If you've business with Bran, best state it quickly. This gas leads to follow and incidents to investigate for the Harbor Herald. Okay. I see. With apologies, I haven't seen this Nagi. As a matter of fact, I've been rather busy working on my upcoming piece on the Rising. Why, just earlier, I was interviewing this ever-enigmatic wandering minstrel who's got another unusual venture in the offing. The Letter Forest, he calls it. If that piques your interest, I recommend you go and see the man. He's at the Gold Court, over on the steps of Thal. Appears that Nagi's carrying out some work for the wandering minstrel. If you talk to the man at the Gold Court, you should be able to learn more. Alright, alright. Why won't you let me jump in the pool? I want to jump in the pool! Letter Forest Tender. Greetings and welcome to the Letter Forest. Displayed here are messages of gratitude and encouragement, which folk the realm over have anonymously written. It comes as no surprise, but no few messages are addressed to adventurers. Now, we're still in the midst of preparation, but I should be pleased to guide you when all is in readiness. Please return anon. Okay. Hello, familiar face. Ah, my dear friend, what a pleasant surprise this is. I trust you have been keeping well. Now then, how might this minstrel be of service? So, Nagi's sister wishes to find him. Indeed, I have trusted him with a task, and have an inkling as to where he might be. As you may have heard, on the occasion of this Rising celebration, I am hosting an exhibit called The Letter Forest. All are invited to anonymously submit letters to this forest and express their gratitude and encouragement for another, and all may peruse the letters at their leisure. Now, in order to collect missives from outside of Ul'dah, I have dispatched a chocobo carriage. Nagi is escorting said carriage. When he contacted me on Link Pearl a while ago, he said that they had emerged from the Twelves Wood on their way back to Ul'dah. Given the hour, they should have already arrived. I know not what is causing the delay, but might I trouble you to look for them? I would go myself, except I am needed here at present. Okay. I'm truly grateful. In case it helps, the carriage was meant to pass through the Black Brush Station, so perhaps you could take your search to that area. I pray that nothing has befallen them. We'll find them. We'll find them. There you are. Were you able to learn aught of Nagi? He's escorting a choo-choo carriage, Escorting a carriage for the minstrel, so that is the way of it. As suggested, let us take ourselves to Blackbird Station and try searching in the vicinity. Let's go. Okay, this time for realsies. For realsies, for extra dextra realsies. Need to get help. Uh-oh. Evelyth, no sooner did I arrive than this man came running, out of breath. What happened? You're an adventurer? Thank the 12. It's the bandits from the Quiver on Mance. They've fallen on a chocobo carriage over by the clutch. The carriage only had one guard and he was sorely outnumbered. Please, you must help him. That has to be Nagi. With me, Evelyth. Let's go. Little shits. Damn it, there's no end to them. We have you now, you stubborn little shite! Oh yeah? Think again. Enough! Leave my little brother alone, or 12 as my witness, you'll receive such a thrashing as you've never known. From this fearsome adventurer here, that is. Yeah. Grrr. You know me, just in these casual clothes. That's no ordinary woman! Retreat! Oh, they know who I am. Get him. I got lasers. I should shoot him with lasers. Are you alright, Nagi? Sister, and Evelyth too, that you should be the one to come to my aid. Thank you. Have you been? You remembered. I've been well. More than well. Well. I'm sorry I didn't come when I said I would, sister. Rest assured, I'm not too badly hurt. That's a relief. I'll take a proper look at your wounds back in the city. I must say, I was quite surprised to learn that you had met Evelyth. She helped me when I first arrived in Ul'dah. From registering as an adventurer to completing my first task, she kindly showed me the ropes. Now, I had suspected that you were a great adventurer, but to send your foes running without even drawing your weapon, that's just incredible. I still have a long way to go embarrassing myself like I did. If I want Sister's approval, I need to go stronger and be able to fight on my own. Yeah, we've killed all of the gods. My approval? Oh, it's that guy! Is he the only one who can drive a chocobo carriage? But first things first, Vermont and I have a delivery to make for the Rising. If you'll excuse us, we will hurry back to Ul'dah. Let us head back as well. I had a mind to pay the minstrel a visit in any case. Let's go. We're all here. Thanks to you, Nagi is safe. Still, what he said about making it on his own weighs on my mind. Sister was none too gentle dressing my wounds. Perhaps she's annoyed I didn't show up as promised. No, I think she's worried about you, Dork. Welcome back, my friends. Pleased am I to see that Nagi is safe and well. Rising attendants inform me they now have all the letters. With this, we may proceed with the letter forest as planned. Thank you, Nagi. I'm so sorry I'm late. You see... Were it not for Evelyth, there's no telling what might have become of the letters in Vermont. In the end, I was utterly useless. So that is how it happened. As Nagi's client, allow me to thank you as well for coming to his aid. That being said, my boy, you were far from useless. Nay, you bravely defended the carriage until help arrived. There's no need to belittle yourself. Isn't this the same thing that happened to the guy in the summer event? He was guarding a carriage and he got his butt kicked. Except he had more people. The only difference is no one came to save them. Well, Evelyth didn't need to rely on anyone. No, she drove off the bandits with nary more than a stern look. I couldn't hold a candle to her. Like her, I want to be able to deal with any problem without help. Otherwise, I can't claim to be an adventurer worth his salt. You got it all wrong. Without help. Tell me, Nagi, all this time, have you been working alone? Even for dangerous tasks? That's right. A worthy adventurer doesn't rely on others. You're dumb. If I'm to be the kind of adventurer you approve of, I must be able to handle anything by myself. No! That's not, you got it backwards, goof! Nagi, please. I see. Tell him. If that is what you believe, then I can't consent to you being an adventurer any longer. Return to our village and start over. Dang! Holy shit! What? But you were so happy for me when I became an adventurer. I'm working so hard to succeed, to prove to you that I have what it takes. But now... You've developed a grave misconception. Until you recognize what it is, I can't in good conscience approve of your calling. If you can't accept this, if you wish to remain an adventurer, then you must win me over, and it begins with pondering why you first embarked upon this path. Alright, sister. I'll think on this. Aww. It appears Kippy wants her brother to rethink what adventuring is to him. Had the question been posed to you, what answer would you arrive at, I wonder? I'm sorry you had to see that, Evelyth. Despite how it may have appeared, no one wants my brother to succeed more than I do. To succeed and be happy. After all, I know better than any how hard he works. Unless he changes his ways, however, he is like to die somewhere out there, and even if he manages to stay alive, he would only know an arduous life. And that's why I didn't go out of my way to be gentle when dressing his wounds. If he could just focus on what actually matters. Instead, he obsesses about gaining my approval and compares himself to others. He'll figure it out. He'll figure it out. What drives us? If truth be told, no matter what Nagi wants to do, it is my intent to support him. It's his life, after all, and no one else's. It isn't my place to interfere. Be that as it may, if he is sabotaging his own aspirations with his obsession for my approval, I can't simply stand idly by and watch. Loath though I am to impose, until my brother has found his answer, might I trouble you to keep an eye on him? Sure. Please take it as a request from me as well. Ever has adventuring been dangerous, and it is more dangerous still for one who spurns help. Like Kippy, I do not wish for Nagi to continue on his current path. As a fellow adventurer, please help him find a better way. Thank you. Now then, on a related matter, I must pay a visit to the Weavers Guild, but I will see you again anon, if you'll excuse me. Whoop! Nagi set off this way too, so you may find him at the Sapphire Avenue. Exchange. We leave him in your capable hands, my friends. That was an awkward pause. Oops. Hello. Oh, it's you, Evelyth. What is it? Is that so? I'm sorry. This is really something I should be doing alone. Still, it's nice to have someone to talk to. Like my sister bade me, I'm pondering why I chose to become an adventurer in the first place. Kippy has looked after me since I was no more than 10, after our parents passed away. Aww. She was already a reporter by then, and her work took her to various places. From her I heard tales about adventurers and came to admire them. Upon learning of the full extent of the impending calamity, she took us to a village in the mountains where her aunt lived. It's desperate times like these that people need stories of hope, she used to say, and I believe she had wanted to remain in Gridani and continue her work, but she left in order to keep me safe. I was a burden to her then. I don't want to be a burden to her again. For that, I need to show her that I don't need to depend on others, that I'm a capable adventurer who can handle anything by himself. Ponder as I might, I can't understand what's wrong with that. Well, when it doubt, I suppose I should do... When it doubt... I suppose I should do what adventurers do and gather information. It would be good, I think, to speak with people like my sister, people who aren't adventurers but are familiar with them. That's a typo, right? That's not... When it doubt... That doesn't make any sense. Who in Ul'dah would fit that description? How about the face of the Adventurers Guild? Yeah. How about the local fair information? Yeah. How about a business with extensive dealings with adventurers? The Adventurers Guild. Let's go talk to Momodi. Yeah. In her capacity as guild representative, she's bound to have some valuable insights. I'll seek her out at once. Let's go. She's right there, Goober. What are you waiting for? I still remember when I first came here to sign up. I was a nervous wreck then, but now this place feels like a second home. And I come all the time for crumpets. They make them so springy and serve them drowning in butter and honey. Oh, that sounds so good. Sorry, now isn't the time for that. Come, let's have a chat with Miss Momodi. Well now, if it isn't Evelyth and Nagi, to what do I owe the pleasure of both your companies today? I was hoping to get your advice on a certain matter. The misconception you've developed about being an adventurer, that's an interesting one, I have to admit. Try as I might to figure it out, I keep going around in circles. I thought you might be able to offer some insights. This is just a gut feeling, but I reckon I understand what your sister's trying to say. Tell me, Nagi, suppose you fail to get your sister's approval. Would you simply give up being an adventurer? Would it all become meaningless? From this here counter, I've indeed seen off many an adventurer, each and every one unique, with dreams and destinations all their own. But in spite of their differences, they all share something in common, a reason for first embarking upon their journey. Evelyth, would you mind telling us why you chose the adventure in life? Me? I wanted to see the world, it seems exciting. A friend recommended it to me. It's a secret. I wanted to help people. Let's say see the world. How very like you. Keep that reason close to your heart now, you hear? And you, Nagi, what inspired you to become an adventurer? He's a goof. He's doing his best. It's simple, really. I heard about adventurers from my sister and became infatuated with the lives they led. Like them, I wanted to be able to see the world while helping those in need. And then isn't that enough? Your sister's approval or no, you have a reason all your own. By the 12, I see now. At some point, my desire to prove myself to Kippy had displaced my own motive for being an adventurer. That's the misconception Kippy wanted me to recognize. What a fool I've been. Wanting someone's approval isn't wrong in and of itself, mind, but it's got nothing to do with why you're an adventurer. It shouldn't force you to do things you wouldn't otherwise do, like trying to handle everything alone. Well, that's enough for me today. I've said my piece. What you do now is up to you, Nagi. Thank you for helping me realize, Miss Momodi. Think nothing of it. It's my job to watch over you all. Nothing makes me happier than to see you happy doing what you do. Stop it! Stop playing the sad, emotional music. Please stop. It's highly illegal. Woo! A cat with a cat. Thank you too, Evelyth, for accompanying me. I think I know what to say to Kippy now. And loath though I am to trouble you again, there's something else I'd like your help with. You see, of the letters we collected in Limsa Lominsa, one was from an explorer who was seeking an escort for an expedition. By now, that letter should be on display at the Gold Court. I want to show it to my sister, and I'd be grateful if you could help me find it. Come, let's rejoin the minstrel. Okay. Now, where is that letter? Ah, welcome back. Dare I hope you were able to find the answer. Oh, answer's been plain. Oh, wait. Yes, I'm happy to say Miss Momodi helped me come to a realization, and when I go to speak with my sister... I see. By all means, feel free to borrow the letter. Does it have any distinguishing characteristics? As I recall, there's a large drawing of a blue chocobo on it. Aww. Bark. Very well, let us all search together, the more swiftly to find it. Letter with a chocobo carriage drawing. Dang, my eyes are good. Dear not-so-new adventurer, as a traveling merchant, I've had my fair share of happy encounters, but sharing a carriage with you stands out above them all. For you see, I went on to sell veritable crate-loads of the ring I gave you, and turned enough of a profit to buy my own carriage. You shared with me your adventurer's luck, and Aww. Is this from the merchants at the start? They give you a ring. Vermont is the one for Ulda. Mine would have been Gridania. No matter where I go, I often hear tell of your exploits, and it makes me inordinately proud to have met you. Till we meet again, my friend, I pray for your continued safety and success. While the contents ring a bell, this letter wasn't written by an explorer, nor does it bear a drawing of a blue chocobo. It isn't the missive Nagi is looking for. Well, that's probably it down there. Letter with a shield drawing. Oh no. Oh no. As someone charged with the city's peace, I cannot overstate how much of a boon adventurers are to our efforts. Some folk had expressed concern that an increase in drifters would see a corresponding rise in crimes, but on the contrary, they are steadily declining. Soldiers like ourselves are somewhat limited in the scope of our duties, and we are not always available to lend our citizens what assistance they need. Thus would I take this opportunity to express my heartfelt gratitude to adventurers who step up to fill the void. While the contents ring a bell, this letter wasn't written by an explorer, nor does it appear a drawing of a blue chocobo. Aww. Letter with a quill drawing. Esteemed adventurer, should you chance to read this letter, I pray it finds you well. Much time has passed since you helped us to rebuild in the wake of that terrible disaster, but we still remember you most fondly. Our lives continue to be hard, and every day brings new challenges. Nonetheless, we've regained a semblance of what we once had, and smiles are beginning to return to faces. Aww. The morrow will be brighter than today. This we dare to believe, now thanks to you. And should you should you yourself face hardship, I pray that you believe the same. Any others? Any others? Dear adventurer, how fares your journey? Mine continues when I wake up to the sound of birdsong and lie down to sleep beneath the moonlight as I seek unblazed trails. Long ago, when an adventurer aided me, I was made to realize how alike we are. Deep down, we are simply travelers who thrill to make new discoveries. Thus do I write this letter now in hopes of recruiting such like-minded souls to join me on an expedition. If you at all share in my desire to make the uncharted charted, then I invite you to seek me out at the Drowning Wench in Limsa Lominsa. Eagerly do I wait your coming. Aw, this letter, recruiting adventurers, bears a drawing of a blue chocobo. It must be the missive Nagi is looking for. This has gotta be it. No luck over here so far. How about you? I found it. Adorned with a hand-drawn picture of a chocobo, this letter invites adventurers to take part in an exploratory expedition. A blue chocobo! Yes, this is the one! All that's left, then, is to talk to Kippy. Do you know where she is? She went to the Weavers Guild, saying that she had business there. Perhaps she's buying clothes. At any rate, I'll look for her there. Thank you! For this, too, might I trouble you to accompany Nagi. Afterwards, I ask that you tell me how events unfold. I shall await you at the Ruby Road Exchange. And that familiar crevice. Where's your sister? You're here too, Evelyth. I must confess, I'm feeling rather nervous, so I appreciate your presence. Aww. It'll be fine. Oh dear, you came to find me. My apologies for taking so long. So, Nagi, were you able to find the answer? Aye, to begin with, I want you to look at this. An explorer is assembling an escort for an expedition. Certainly sounds exciting. In wanting your approval, I was determined not to rely on others. But part of me dearly wanted to be part of the expedition, to go where I dare not set foot alone, so I've decided that I will answer the invitation. Then, this means you've given up on trying to do everything alone. He's wearing the bonus XP feather? Yeah, that's the feather circlet. I'd wanted to prove to you that I'm capable, that I'm no longer a burden, and in my obsession, I lost sight of why I became an adventurer in the first place. To see what lies beyond the horizon and lend a helping hand to those I meet. That's what drives me, and I was able to remember this thanks to Miss Momodi and Evelyth. I think there's actually some pieces that share the model, but it's almost certainly intended to be the friendship circlet. And whether or not you approve, I want to continue adventuring for my own reasons. Is that alright with you? Aww. Didn't you just say you didn't need my approval? But to be clear, I never actually intended to stop you. You dork. Do you remember what you once told me, Nagi, shortly before the calamity struck? Aww. Did you interview adventurers again today? What were they like? What kind of places have they been to? You never get sick of hearing about adventurers, do you? Never, ever. When I grow up, I want to be an adventurer, too. Aw, that's so cute. He is absolutely baby. Well, that's fine well, that's as fine an aspiration as any, but do you know what kind of adventurer you wish to become? A hero like in the tales, perhaps? Oh, no, sister, not a hero. Adventurers are free spirits, and I want to be the freest spirit of all. Oh, yes, I'll travel the world and meet lots of people, and when I visit home, you can interview me as much as you'd like. Aw, what a little goof. For that boy to spurn help for want of my approval, I couldn't bear to see it. In order to bring you to your senses, I may have spoken a little sternly. More like cisternly. Sorry. As an adventurer, you'll experience no small amount of hardships, but you chose your path because you wanted to be free. So don't let yourself be shackled by expectation, be it your own or that of others, and instead take things as they come. So long as you're true to yourself and recognize your limits, you'll surely find a way forward. And remember, not even heroes can accomplish everything alone. That's right. Relying on others doesn't make you a lesser adventurer. If anything, the freer we are, the more we need to look out for one another. And that, I believe, is the essence and beauty of adventuring. Wouldn't you agree, Evelyth? Aww. An adventurer is never alone. Understood, Kippy. I won't ever forget this. Knowing you, I expect you're raring to answer the explorer's petition in Limsa Lominsa. You'll be taking an airship, yes? In which case, I shall give these garments to you now. Aw, she was shopping for him. I had them made for you, thinking it was past time you had something better. For me, thank you so much, sister. I must thank you too, Evelyth. You're the kind of adventurer I admire, and I'll keep on working hard to be like you. I couldn't have asked for a better person to watch over my little brother. I appreciate everything you've done for him, and look forward to meeting you again, be it for a story or something else. With that, we take our leave of you. Aww. Till next time. You see the siblings off, safe in the knowledge that all will be well. Time to rejoin the wandering minstrel and relate to him the tale's happy conclusion. Oh, I already know this is... Yoshi P always gets me emotional on these. and all this other stuff hasn't helped. We're okay, we're okay. Hello, wandering minstrel. Welcome back, my friend. Judging by your expression, I take it all is well with Nagi and Kippy. I see. Pleased I am to hear that. When we first set out on our journeys, 'tis usually for the simplest of reasons. Yet as we make our way home, as we make our way, those reasons become lost in a haze of motives, causing us to lose sight of what truly matters. In such a time, if we can but remember what prompted us to take our first step, we will always find the strength to take the next. Nagi shall be fine, I am certain of it. My thanks for keeping an eye on him. Of course. How could I not? These events have inspired a new verse in me, a verse about the dreams of those who seek new worlds and the hopes of those who see them off. Shit. Ooh, we're in an airship. And no one's driving! Greetings, warrior of light. Hi, Ishida. This is a world that exists outside your reality. Could it be a dream? A flight of fancy conjured by your weary mind? Perhaps, or perhaps not. 'Tis a pleasure to meet you again. As I have in the past, I have beckoned you here that I might express my gratitude. 10 years have now passed since the world was reborn from its ashes, since we set forth upon this journey. Countless things have happened during that time, and I've had the pleasure of meeting many an adventurer along the way. I don't know why it always gets me so emotional. If truth be told, it hasn't always been easy. There are moments when I wonder why I must struggle so, days when I'm tempted to cast it all aside. Hey, you and me both. But in spite of this, I always manage to carry on, and it is thanks to my wonderful comrades and to you, our esteemed adventurers. By now I must have been regaled with tens of thousands of your tales. You usually share them with a smile, but even when it's with a frown you tell me that you're still enjoying yourself. It is no exaggeration to say that I drive all of my driving force from you all. From the bottom of my heart, thank you. Ours is an unending journey, and nothing would make me happier than if we could keep walking it together. As you make your way, we promise that we will ever be at your side, matching you step for step. Now the time has come for the vision to end. Time for your eyes to open from this waking dream. Much time has passed since the world was reborn from its ashes. Countless souls have made this place their home. Every single one has left an indelible mark upon it. Reborn from the ashes, you say? Lewis, how's it going? Together we have built this world, and it is our sincerest hope that we shall continue to do so for many years to come. So please be safe and well. May you ever walk in the light of the crystal. I dare say Nagi's aboard the airship by now. I pray that he and Kippy will find happiness upon their respective paths. I hope you do as well, my friend. If you would lend me an ear, I would dedicate these verses to your future. Like, how can I sing with my nose clogged? By morning light the journey starts, a trill of hope within our hearts. On westerly wind to river song, into the world where we belong. Aww. Good luck, Nagi, you dork. Above fields of white and azure sky, sunset storm, a crimson fire, jewels a glitter on pitch black veil, a new day dawns, so goes the tale. By eternal wind we carry on, boldly towards the golden morn, with memories as a guiding star, shining our steps both near and far. Eternal wind.
Where you will go, whom you will meet, what you will see. There's no telling what the future holds for anyone. Yet come what may, I bid you never forget this. The bonds you forge, the memories you make, and the footprints you leave behind, they shall one day spur you forward. So pray, continue walking your own path. Wherever your journey leads, I shall be praying for your happiness. Happy anniversary, Final Fantasy. With memories shared yet all our own, as one we brave frontiers unknown. Thank you for 10 years. You now have access to the letter forest at the Gold Court. You have also unlocked the Kupo Kupo Adventure minigame. Yay! This, along with the other minigames, will also be played by opening the toy chest. Okay, cool. Thank you all for all the years. I wouldn't have made Evelyth if I never. I literally wouldn't be who I am. Oh, right. Let's go see the letter forest. It's alright. I need a second. Greetings and welcome to the Letter Forest. Displayed here are messages of gratitude and encouragement, with folk the realm over have anonymously written. It comes as no surprise, but no fewer messages are addressed to adventurers. If you wish to peruse some letters, I should be pleased to guide you. Oh my gosh! Holy shit! A letter from a message board keeper. Many years have passed since we installed a message board on an unassuming street corner. To see it continue to be utilized by adventurers fills me and my fellow keepers with pride. Like a lodestone, the message board draws people together, and it is our hope that it keeps serving you well as a means to share information. For our humble part, we shall endeavor to maintain the board in good repair while bringing you news that may be of interest. With best wishes, a message board keeper. Is that from one of the, No, you're gonna make me cry again. Is this from a forum mod maybe or something? A message from a choreographist. As a choreographist, my job is to create movements that convey specific emotions, such as a dancer's performance or a mammoth's adorable gesture. And though I have the honor of contributing my expertise to etiquette manuals, movement cannot be tangibly preserved in the manner that artwork such as paintings can. From the mesmerizing flutter of fabric to the inviting springiness of boots, it all passes by in an instant. In light of this, if but one of my steps and flourishes occupy a place in your memory, then nothing would make me happier. Movingly yours, a humble choreographist. Is this an animator? Are we? Oh! These are from the devs, aren't they? Everyone on the team. I remember one of the years when you go meet Yoshi P, you actually you go into an alternate little room where a bunch of devs are as NPCs and you can talk to them. That was so cool. That was before I made Evelyth even. One lazy afternoon, as I stood by the Etherite Plaza, I found myself absorbed by the sight of adventurers whiling away their time. Greeting friends who were passing by, practically a newly learned dance, practicing, sitting on a bench and chatting, opening umbrellas when it began to rain, tucking into a loaf of bread when peckish. To the untrained eye, they were doing naught out of the ordinary. I, however, saw the fruits of my life's work, and it warmed my heart. Dreaming of a day when proper social etiquette is practiced by all, be it in a ballroom or otherwise, I shall continue my quest to edify. Courteously yours, an etiquette manual writer. From a theater set designer, from a level designer maybe? Dear adventurer, I'm a theater set designer and one who is said to have a penchant for designing unusual props for the stage. Oh, and someone who makes assets, probably. Some of my labors of love, it thrilled me to discover, have caught your eye to become little companions that followed you around, or even modes of transportation. Oh! Minions and mounts. To see my creations for the stage delight you often, even the oddest ones, delights me in turn and further motivates me in my craft. In hopes that I can continue to delight you all, I will endeavor to create ever more interesting props. Yours in whimsy, a theater set designer. These are lovely. A letter from a festival committee member. Dear adventurer, I'm a festival committee member in charge of decorating the cities during celebrations. Someone who handles events, probably. While decorations are an oft unremarked part of the events, some of you have noticed the little touches we apply, such as stray bombs and romantic snowman, and it makes our efforts all the more worthwhile. As you continue your adventures, it is our hope that the festive ambience we create throughout the year will provide you with joy and respite both. Mirthfully yours, a festival committee member. Aww. A letter from an architect. So this is probably like a level designer. Something. Recently, my fellows and I have been taking ourselves around the realm, repairing buildings and roads, as well as restoring natural landscapes. This we do as part of an initiative to improve quality of life for adventurers. Yours is a long journey. What little we can do to ease your way, we gladly do. Constructively yours, a humble architect. Aww. Another in front of the flames. Okay, I'll take a look at that too. Letter from an artisan. You who are reading this letter, I bid you imagine the countless adventurers who call this world home. I dare say it isn't difficult to do so, for that is reality as it stands, yet we mustn't take it for granted, for what we have now is the culmination of much hard work by full many souls. Souls including your good self, adventurers breathe life into this world, each one of you giving rise to a grand tale, and I hope you never forget this. Thank you for taking the time to cast your eyes over these words. Wherever your adventures may lead, may you find happiness. With utmost respect, a nameless artisan. A letter from a linguist. So, one of the translation team? Maybe Koji himself. I first set foot in this land 10 years ago. Koji. Since then, I've had occasion to meet numerous fine adventurers like yourself. Many languages exist, and they sometimes act as a wall that divides us. This world, however, is a place where we might transcend that wall and come together in unity. Each and every day, you and yours find various ways to forge bonds. In so doing, you gain access to a new world as seen through different eyes, and that is what makes life endlessly fascinating. As you carry on adventuring, I pray that you will be blessed with many such enriching encounters. Yours in understanding and unity, a humble linguist. A letter from a citizen. Dear adventurer, during the calamity and for a long time afterwards, there was nary a smile to be seen upon faces. Now, however, I often see you and yours walking happily through the city, and it never fails to warm the heart. In my mind, you are the symbols of the new era. No one can say what the future holds, but when I see your smiles, I am reassured that somehow all will be well. Sincerely yours, a humble citizen. A letter from a theater director. I used to be an adventurer, but in the course of my travels I developed the urge to recreate for others the sense of marvel that I was experiencing. One thing led to another, and I eventually became a theater director. My role is to produce spectacular theater, and nothing is more gratifying than to receive praise from the audience. Someone who makes cutscenes? For a long time to come, I hope to continue creating memorable adventurers to share with everyone. Yours in imagination and wonderment, a humble theater director. A letter from an advertising scribe. Someone on the writing team, maybe? As an advertising scribe, I create notices for events and products that you see posted to message boards. Oh, maybe they make, like the announcements and stuff. Such information isn't exactly essential for adventuring, but I consider it job well done if people are aware of their options, and I'll keep striving to deliver information that may be of interest to adventurers. Thank you always for your kindness and compassion. Communicatively yours, a humble advertising scribe. A letter from a guide. A GM, perhaps? In all things, it's nice to be able to make changes to better suit your tastes. But by the same token, the more choices one has, the more difficult it is to decide what to do. We began posting guides on the message board as a way to answer questions from adventurers. Before we knew it, we had surpassed 200 items. We couldn't have kept at it for so long without your invaluable feedback. It makes us truly happy when we hear that we could help to solve your problems, even in some small way. Encouraged by your praise and driven by your requests, we'll keep working hard to serve you. Should you have any comments or suggestions, please do not hesitate to reach out. We always appreciate hearing from you. Informatively yours, a humble guide. A letter from a gatekeeper. All who set forth must invariably pass through the entrance, and while most will not spare the place a second thought, we gatekeepers think of naught else, day in and day out. Our solemn duty is to ensure that all adventurers can enter unhindered, and this entails keeping signs in good repair and pesky fiends at bay. We're especially attentive when we throw open all entrances at once following large-scale maintenance work. Yeah, when maintenance happens, you say? Inspired by the eager expressions you wear as you set forth anew, we will continue performing our tasks to the best of our ability. Visually yours, a humble gatekeeper. So, a server manager, maybe? You just got recognized in the Armored Core Discord? Oh, that's fun. Sysadmin? Yeah. Yeah, because no one thinks about the servers when they're working fine, right? But sometimes they gotta say, nope, sorry, not right now. Come back later. A letter from a playwright. A stirring story needs a formidable antagonist, one who stands in the protagonist's way and causes them sadness and suffering. This is definitely one of the writers, one of the story team. When the heroes finally overcome that foe, they will know what a joy that is as sweet as their struggles were bitter. Those who shared in that joy will go on to become friends true, their bond transcending age, station, and nations. In order to create such depressing lows and soaring highs, I will strive to conceive of more compelling antagonists. Dramatically yours, a humble playwright. Your friend contacted you on a creative Gundam game, giant robots. Well, that's awesome. A letter from a theater composer. As someone who composes music for the stage, nothing pleases me more than to hear that you are moved by my work. I am also humbled to receive your words of appreciation for the concerts we hold and the orchestrion roles we release. Sound team, music, Soken. It might also not be like the big named people that everyone knows. This could be some of the other people on the teams too who don't really get a chance. That would be neat. Either way, yeah, definitely music team. You are my motivation, spurring me to continue posing music that brings the story to life, and I thank you from the bottom of my heart. Yours in the melody, a humble theater composer. Like, it probably is, that's probably Soken, but you never know. A letter from a theater sound designer. So it's like sound effects team, maybe? Yep. From sword slashing to armor clinking, from water running to leaves rustling, I have the pleasure of recreating for the stage the various sounds that can be heard out in the world. It is a challenge and a thrill to produce these sounds, and we draw inspiration from the knowledge that they are heard and appreciated by many. However, the sounds of a play isn't limited to that which we ourselves create. No, they also encompass those made by the audience and the players. It is a collaboration between us, a joint performance, and it is my hope that we can continue filling the world with sound together. Acoustically yours, a humble theater sound designer. A letter from an adventurer. I am but a faceless adventurer, one of those who have been in the business for a while without standing out. Recently, menacing towers appeared across the land, in the wake of which frightening phenomena broke out. The final days of some such. I don't know how you fared during that time, but if truth be told, it was a little overwhelming for me. Gods know I struggle to get by even without apocalyptic threats to worry about. So many things don't go the way I hope, and I often find myself frustrated and discouraged. Full many times I've wanted to give up, to turn away from everything and everyone. But every time there has been something that has saved me, be it an awe-inspiring view or a kindly stranger. Something has given me the strength to take another step. So come what may, I intend to carry on as far as my path leads. I won't surrender, and I pray neither will you. Doing my best. Years of perseverance, a faithless adventurer. Wow, those were lovely. Okay. Stop back in front of. Talk to the hustle IP from Yoshi P. I could see that. That's not where I meant to go. Good enough. Close enough. What is this quest? Oh, that's the one you're talking about. Okay, let's go do that. Nanji. Remembering the past. The determined set of your jaw, the dynamic presence, as if you're ever ready to leap into action. There's no mistake. You're an adventurer, and a dependable one at that. Tell me, are you familiar with the name Louis Sois Leveilleur? A little. Of course I am. Never heard of him. Of course you are. Forgive me my suddenness. I'm Nanji no Nanji, a budding writer, and I seek to pen a biography of the great man. He turned into a bird. In particular, I wish to cover his movements leading up to the calamity, and in that end I've requested an interview with the Immortal Flames. He served the Eorzean Alliance as a tactician, you see, so there ought to be someone in the Order who had dealings with him. And while my request has been thankfully accepted, there's just one problem. I don't have much experience conducting interviews, and I'm worried whether I'll be able to do a proper job. As an adventurer, you're doubtless used to dealing with people. Thus, I would like to ask you to accompany me in the capacity of an assistant. It would be tremendously reassuring to simply have you watching on. And if you're amenable afterwards, I'd like to interview as well for your own impressions. For your troubles, I'll be certain to credit you as a collaborator, so please won't you help me with my biography, and that the memories of the calamity might be preserved for future generations. I'm in your debt. To begin with, please come with me to Camp Tribone in eastern Thanalan. There's a place I'd like to visit ahead of the interview. Okay. Let's go. There you are, to explain why we're here. Oh, but I haven't even asked your name. How am I supposed to credit you if I don't even know that much? I'm Evelyth. Evelyth Amando. The Evelyth Amando, champion of Eorzea! Small wonder I felt you were dependable. With one such as you helping me, everything will surely go well. But getting back to business, the interview I've arranged is with an officer of the Immortal Flames. As there's still time, however, I thought we'd pay a visit to the nearby graveyard first, so I can explain my motivation for the biography. I come from a small village near the Cartno Flats. It was burned down in the calamity, and those who died were laid to rest here, my parents among them. Aww. It's hardly an uncommon tale. After the dead primal emerged from Dalamud, a dread primal, he wasn't very dead, he unleashed fiery devastation across the length and breadth of Eorzea. But as much as the calamity has scarred the realm, it is quickly becoming just another event in the history books. It's 10 years ago. Beyond occasionally giving thanks to the Archons that Eorzea was saved, people spare it little thought. But when you've lost so many loved ones, it's hard to feel that anything was saved. That's why I wish to know more about Louisoix. By learning about his part in Eorzea's salvation, I hope that I will attain closure. That's my motivation for writing the biography. Now then, in preparation for the interview, let's review what is known about our subject. It's difficult to define exactly when the Seventh Umbral Calamity was set in motion. Many historians, however, point to the Empire's Meteor Project, which sought to bring Dalamud down upon Eorzea. Yeah, I mean, that kind of did it. Oh, I know them. Africa. It was the year 1562 of the Sixth Astral Era. Seeking to combat the Imperial threat, Louisoix founded the Circle of Knowing, an order whose objective was the preservation of Eorzea. By Fire Reborn, the Immortal Flames, Ulda. Oh, till sea swallows all. That's the Maelstrom, yeah. Then Gridania, the Order of the Twin Adder, something. Is that Abundance? I don't know what the Gridania one says. Though through its members, the Archons of Sharlayan, the Circle worked to unite the nations of Eorzea in common cause. The result was the formation of the Grand Companies in the three city-states, the Immortal Flames, the Order of the Twin Adder, and the Maelstrom. None of these would exist now if it were not for their efforts. Is this stuff that happened in 1.0? Because I know the stuff with Louisoix and the Circle of Knowing, I guess, is the Grand Companies getting created too, is my question. When the situation was coming to a head, Louisoix himself made the journey to Eorzea in secret and engaged with each of the nations. What took place during that time is what I seek to learn in the interview. The man we're due to meet is the contact for the Free Brigade, a unit formed of adventurers, and he apparently had Louisoix's assistance for a mission. The meeting place is Highbridge, to the northeast. It's more or less time now, so let's make our way there. Woo! The interviewee should be along any moment now. It's the bald man. Ah, an immortal flame boy. You're the ones who seek an interview. I must say, I wasn't expecting to see the champion of Eorzea. I'm Nananji Donanji, the writer who made the request, and Evelyth is kindly accompanying me for the interview. I can't thank you enough for taking the time out of your busy schedule to humor me. Come now, no need for the thanks. Like everyone, I hold Louisoix in the highest esteem. If you wish to know him, Holland Albury is always glad to oblige. Thank you. Without further ado, then, let us begin. My understanding is you had dealings with Louisoix. Could you please tell me the details? As you know, our grand companies were formed thanks to the Circle of Knowing, but it wasn't until Dalamud began turning red that Louisoix first appeared. That's him, Mr. Louis Socks! It began with the word that an elderly Elysian man had come to Gardania who held the key to vanquishing primals. Upon learning of this, I sent an adventurer of the Free Brigade to make contact with him. I later learned that the Maelstrom and the Order of the Twin Adder had done the very same. At that time, our companies weren't yet collaborating. Each one only thought to stay ahead of the others. If truth be told, at first we didn't think much of Louisoix, only that he was the leader of scholars who studied peculiar prophecies. But when the adventurer reported back, our opinion of the man completely changed. Ifrits. With his spellcraft, Louisoix had opened the way into Ifrit's domain, and by the hand of dauntless adventurers, the Lord of Inferno was brought low. Alas, many defeats preceded that victory. It was reported that countless charred corpses laid strewn in the bowl of embers. Now, the mission also yielded a shocking revelation. Garleans. Following the battle, Legatus Nail Vendarnus of the 7th Imperial Legion appeared and told the adventurers that the hour of reckoning was at hand, that Dalamud would soon fall and cleanse the land. That was when we realized that the Empire was behind the Red Moon's anomaly. So, thanks to Louisoix, you came to be aware of the Meteor Project. Still, it doesn't seem like you had much to act upon. As you say, afterwards, we scrambled to learn all we could about the project. For a blessing, we had the cooperation of a Garland defector, Sid Garland, whom you know well. He revealed the details of the project, that it utilized the transmissions tower to pluck Dalamud from the heavens, all for the purpose of purging us savages from the realm. Yeah. I could continue telling you what I know, but from this point on, there is someone better suited than I am. If you are interested, I would be glad to introduce you to this individual. What say you? Well now, we'd be keen to speak with this person indeed. Very well, I will send word to the Adder's Nest. If you could take yourselves to Apkalu Falls, I will arrange for a meeting there. To go to such lengths to help us. I can't say how grateful I am. Do not mention it. As I said, I hold Louisoix in the highest esteem. He was the one who brought our three nations together, and nothing would please me more than for him to be remembered. Well, it's past time I return to Ul'dah. I pray that the coming interview bears you fruits. The lieutenant certainly has great respect for Louisoix. And thanks to him, we have another promising interview. Come, let's head to Gardania, where the Archon had sojourned. Let's go. Nananji! So this is Apkalu Falls. The conspicuous lack of the creatures aside, it's quite a beautiful place. Now then, the person we're to meet should be along shortly. I wonder if it's Umitra. It's probably another guard. Someone who works with the adders. Yep. I was told there were those who wished to learn about Louisoix, and who should one of them be but the champion of Eorzea? Well met. I am Lieutenant Cyril Folk of the Order of the Twin Adder. Hi! Nananji Nananji at your service. Thank you for sparing the time to speak with us. Think nothing of it. I must say, though, that Lieutenant Aubrey chose the perfect spot for the subject matter. This is where Louis Soir sat. Louis Soir spent much time in rumination here in the days before the calamity. We Gridonians being somewhat reserved by nature, at first the citizens kept their distance. Yeah, Louis Soir was at, he'd be at Apkalu Falls here in Gridonia. But in time, people warmed to him. He patiently lent an ear to their troubles, healing hurts and offering counsel, and gradually earned their trust. To ignore the plight of those one might conceivably save is not wisdom, it is indolence. That is the thing he said. Louis Soir spoke those words, and lived up to them. He was the epitome of Charlian sage, and I recall myself being moved. He was a sage too. Like me. Now, shortly after we had become aware of the Meteor Project, the hamlet of Quarrymill was attacked by the primal Garuda. Both soldiers and civilians were among the casualties. The Order of the Twin Adder moved to vanquish the primal, but we were not alone. Through Louis Soir's mediation, we had the support of not only our sister Grand Companies, but capable adventurers the realm over besides. Using an artifact known as the Vortex Feather, the Archon opened the way for a band of adventurers to sally forth into Garuda's turbulent domain, where they felled the fearsome being. Upon her defeat, however, the primals dispersed ether did not return to the land. Instead, it was absorbed into the red mood, Dalamud. Uh-oh. And when the Emperor constructed a new base in Mordona, the Elder Seedseers saw the need for decisive action and put forth a proposal, the formal reformation of the Eorzean Alliance, which had for so long lain dormant. The initial response from the other nations was lukewarm at best. They felt that the burden to be borne by each party was excessive, and they were loath to do aught that would place them at a disadvantage against their rivals. But the revelation that a lunar transmitter had been erected in the Imperial base prompted a change of heart. The tower controlled Dalamud's descent. If it could be destroyed, then the Meteor Project would be forestalled. After having constantly been on the back foot, our nations were motivated to join hands, that we might strike a decisive blow against the enemy. Thus was the Eorzean Alliance reformed, as the Circle of Knowing had hoped. At the same juncture, Louis Soir was asked to join the Alliance as a tactician, and in that capacity he provided sage counsel to our heads of state. So, although he was at first treated with wariness, Louis Soir earned our trust through his actions, and paved the way to enduring cooperation between our nations. Indeed, were it not for him, we all would have perished divided. We owe Louis Soir a great debt. Now then, I expect you might be interested in hearing about the operation to destroy the lunar transmitter. But for that tale, I would recommend you seek out another, a decorated soldier who actually took part in the operation. Although a hardened warrior, she is quite friendly and should be glad to regale you with her experiences. Yes, shall I send her word on your behalf? Yes, please. We'd be duly grateful. Very well, if you could take yourself to Maelstrom Command in Limsa, I shall see to it that she knows to expect you. With that, I shall take my leave. I pray that the biography is a success. Take care. Everyone has been more helpful than I had dared to hope. It seems Louis Soir had quite an influence on others. I guess so. That interview gave us some valuable insights into his character, and I'm eager to see what we learn in the next. Come, let's head to Limsa. This is cute. I like this. And here it is, Maelstrom Command. Shall we then? Of course. Her! Yes! She's great. Rasat Riki. Captain Amando, ever a sight for sore eyes, and you must be Nananji. Rashat Riki, at your service. I understand you wish to hear about the operation to destroy the lunar transmitter. She's cute. Indeed, I'm penning a biography of the Archon Louis Soir, you see, for which I'm interviewing people who had dealings with him. I truly appreciate your time. You're very welcome. I would be glad to assist, even if it wasn't a request from Lieutenant Folk. I'm part of the Maelstrom, so we salute each other. Now then, to continue where he left off, it was shortly after the Eorzean Alliance was formed. Our scouts returned with word that the 7th Legion had activated the lunar transmitter in their fortress in Mordona. Now known as Castrum Sentry, the fortress was originally called Castrum Novum before the 14th restored and renamed it. It was in order to break through its defenses and destroy the transmitter that our three nations joined hands, and we were determined to succeed. The strategy that Louis Soir proposed was elegant in its simplicity. While our main force drew the Garleans' attention with an all-out siege, an elite band of adventurers would infiltrate the castrum and make for our objective. Geez, that sounds a lot like what we did with Castrum Meridianum in the Praetorium. We had entrusted adventurers with ridding us of the primals, now we entrusted them with the very fate of Eorzea. I still remember the operation as if it were yesterday. Though we met with fierce resistance, we fought more fiercely still. No matter the cost, we had to ensure that the adventurers had a chance to strike at the transmitter. And when the messenger arrived bearing word that they had succeeded, it still makes my heart soar to recall that moment of triumph. That day, we learned that, by standing together, the people of Eorzea could oppose even the might of the Empire. 'Tis no exaggeration to say that the victory paved the way for Eorzea's future. Without it, there would not have been an Operation Archon. Alas, it wasn't all glad tidings, for though we destroyed the transmitter, Nail Van Darnus appeared and claimed that he no longer needed the device to bring down Dalamud, that he himself had the power to do so. He was definitely tempered by Bahamut at that point. So long as Van Darnus lived, the threat of destruction remained, and so, branding him an enemy to all life in Eorzea, the nations of the Alliance undertook a desperate manhunt. At length, they located him in Kurthis and sent their greatest warriors to hunt him down. Leading that formidable band was the adventurer whom they called the Warrior of Light. And though no records remain of the fierce encounter, one thing is certain. At battle's conclusion, Nail Van Darnus was brought low. As you know, however, our woes did not end with the White Raven, for Louis Soir and his disciples determined that Dalamud would continue to fall. In a last-ditch bid to prevent the realm's annihilation, the Circle of Knowing issued a request to the Eorzean Alliance to secure the Cartano Flats where the Red Moon was expected to crash. It was no simple task, for the entirety of the 7th Legion had amassed in Cartano, but it was necessary in order to perform a ritual to stop Dalamud, a ritual that invoked the power of the 12. So it was that the Battle of Cartano was joined, and I dare say you know how the tale continues. To everyone's shock, the elder primal Bahamut emerged from Dalamud and proceeded to unleash his fury upon the realm. Aye, and though all bore witness as Louis Soir initiated the ritual, none remember what came to pass afterwards. Oh shit. The haze that afflicted memories of the calamity, but people remember events prior to that moment, yes? If so, do you know if anyone was near Louis Soir during the battle, someone who may have spoken with him? If someone was near him, I'm afraid I do not know. He was atop a rise for the ritual while I was a good distance away on the front lines. My apologies. No, please don't apologize. You shared a wealth of information. I couldn't ask for more. Well, if you're satisfied, then so am I. With that, I shall return to my duties. I look forward to reading the biography when it's finished. Take care, cutie. Now I have a grasp of events leading up to the calamity, and yet... Oh, forgive me, I was deep in thought. In no small part due to your help, I've managed to learn a great deal. But there is still more I wish to know. Might I trouble you to accompany me a little longer? If you're willing, please let me know. Oh my gosh, how much more do you want to know? Preserving the future. End of an era of framers' kits. You'll continue accompanying me then? Wonderful. Come, let's head to the Drowning Wench to discuss our next move. Hey Jen, because we're doing the anniversary event and it always makes me emotional. I definitely didn't cry though, definitely didn't do that. Our research for feeds apace so far. We've even learned things not found in literature. But tell me, based on what you've heard from interviewees, what is your opinion on Louis Soir? Good boy. Social later, he had difficult tests, others is okay. I mean, all of this can be true. I agree, he possessed great leadership. If not, he couldn't have established the framework to realize his plans, no matter how brilliant they may have been. What struck me was how grateful the interviewees were to Louis Soir for bringing the nations together in cooperation. It was nothing short of necessary for our survival. Yet in knowing this, I can't help but wonder. In his capacity as a tactician, it seems to me he had done more than enough by devising a plan and facilitating its execution. He went far beyond that, risking life and limb on the front lines for a land not his own. Perhaps he needed to be there for the ritual. Perhaps he felt a sense of duty. Even so, as noble as it is to desire to help others, what good is it if you end up sacrificing yourself? What was it that compelled Louis Soir to go to Cartano, and what went through his mind as the battle unfolded? In order to do his biography justice, I feel I need to know these things. If Louis Soir had people near him at the time, perhaps he shared words with them in his final moments, words that could provide some insights. But where to begin searching for such individuals, assuming they exist? Sorry, friends, but I couldn't help overhear your conversations. Just so happens that I know a bloke who served among Louis Soir's guard at Cartano. What? Truly, you know someone who was with him? Aye, and as far as I'm aware, he wasn't keeping the fact a secret. Just for good measure, though. Why do you want to speak with him? Louis Soir's biography, eh? In that case, I reckon the bloke would be willing to cooperate. Orn Gwincombe's his name, and he was a lieutenant of the Maelstrom. After the calamity, he turned to adventure and so as to be a greater help to the common folk. A Maelstrom officer turned adventurer. We'd be most keen to speak with him. Where might he be found? When Orm dropped in the other day, he said that he had business at the Morby dry docks. If you're lucky, might be as he's still there. Understood. We're in your debt. We can't let this chance pass us by, Evelyth. Let's take ourselves to the dry docks at once. Do you know this man? I'm sorry, but I've only just started helping out here. I'm still learning our customers' names. I could say if it's the person you're after, but a man did come by earlier who appeared to be an adventurer. He bought a Nemea lily that we're currently trialing. Okay. That doesn't help at all. It could be him, it could not be. I don't know. Looking for an Orm Gwincombe, you say? Don't know anyone by that name, I'm afraid. I did walk by an unfamiliar fellow just now, though, over by the mark of the spinner. He had a flower in his hand, so he caught my eye. It's probably him. What a name. What the heck? Orn, as it happens, I spoke with him just earlier. He said he wanted to buy flowers, so I directed him to a vendor. Not sure where he is as of now, though. Do you have an inkling to where Orn might be? Time to rejoin Nananji. I think he left. He's gone forever. There you are, Evelyth. Were you able to order anything? Oh, she's cute. So a man who could be Orn bought a Nemea lily, then went to the mark of the spinner. If we hurry there, we might be able to find him. Let's go. That's just to the south. Take care. There's no one here. If he was only just seen, he should still be nearby. Ba 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 ba. That's Thancred. Thancred, would you get mutton chops? Begging your pardon, sir, but are you Lieutenant Orn? I'm not saying his last name again. That's just Thancred. I haven't been a lieutenant for years, but that's me. What can I do for you? Do we know him? I realize this is sudden, but... I'm your child! Wait, no. So you're writing Louisoix's biography and want to hear my account as someone who was near on hand at Cartno. Do I know him? There must be a reason that you're here too. The warrior of light who led us to victory in Operation Archon. Very well, I will tell you my tale. Yeah, more face options with the graphics update, please. Now then, where to begin? Gosh, I really hope so. We need to overhaul the character creator. It's so old now. As you know, the battle was fought over the land where Dalamud was expected to fall. In the beginning, neither side was able to gain the upper hand, but when the Imperials deployed their Magitech armor, our ranks were thrown into disarray. Those charged with protecting Louisoix, like me, could only watch the carnage from afar, and though our forces managed to hold out thanks to the adventurer contingent, we sustained grievous casualties. But the real tragedy was what followed. As Dalamud hurtled towards us, it began shedding fragments of itself before finally bursting open to unleash the primal Bahamut. That's such a cool cinematic. As all below looked on in shock, the battle completely forgotten, Bahamut took wing and spewed fire all over the land. Men in Magitech armor alike were set ablaze and sent flying like so many insects. I only realized that I had stopped breathing when a commanding voice broke my trance. "You've done enough," Louisoix told us. "Now fly! Fly and save yourselves!" But like my fellow guards, I wanted to remain. I couldn't charge into battle, beside my comrades at the very least. I would do my duty here and protect Louisoix to the last. But upon seeing us standing there, not making to move, Louisoix smiled and spoke thus. "If you would give your lives to protect something, then protect my hopes. Every soul who lives to determine their own fate is a source of hope, bright and brilliant. So live, I bid you, and be among those who bear the light for others to follow." Those words awakened us to a greater purpose. If there is hope in my living, then I would live as Louisoix bid. No matter what, I would survive, and so, together with my fellows, I began to making my retreat. Alas, we hadn't gotten far when an explosion erupted and sent us sprawling. I struggled to my feet just in time to see the enormous, menacing silhouette of Bahamut looming over Louis. In the next instant, he was enveloped in light, and that was the last I remember of him. Woo! Louis' final moments. Amidst that light, he looked to be smiling. What he was thinking in that moment, I couldn't say, but one thing is certain. We all of us are alive, thanks to him. Following the calamity, it was reported that Louis had defeated Bahamut and set about the land's miraculous regeneration. Do you believe this is the truth? Every soul who lives to determine their own fate is a source of hope. What we've learned has reaffirmed my belief, Evelyth. The belief that Louis was not an all-powerful savior one reads about in tales, but merely an ordinary man. But that man never forsook Eorzea. No, he stood for this realm to the last. He and countless other brave souls, and saved it from becoming a scorched waste. Against unimaginable adversity he fought, and at the cost of his life paved the way to a brighter future for us all. The least I can do in return is tell his story, spread his message that, where there is life, there is hope. Thanks to your account, I believe I found an angle for the biography. I'm truly grateful. Dun dun dun. Hello, Nemea. Can't wait till we get the last Alliance raid. Would you care to offer a prayer as well? The prayer that the light of hope which Louis preserved shall ever burn bright. The calamity left deep scars across the realm. There was no place that did not want for help to rebuild. After being saved by our Twin Adder allies, I decided to become an adventurer, the better to honor Louis' legacy and lend aid to those in need. During my travels, I often hear your tales, and I'm glad I could share my own with you. Allow me to thank you again for recounting your experiences to us. Nay, 'tis I who owe you thanks for giving me the chance to share Louis' words. All these years I had avoided speaking of the moment of his passing out of respect, but it would not do to take the tale to my grave. Through the biography it is my hope that his spirit will live on in all of us. Now then, if you'll excuse me, I shall resume my pilgrimage to the marks. Wherever your travels take you, I shall be praying for your safety. Nemea lilies, the symbol of safe passage. As Louis stood there in Cartno, I wonder if he likewise prayed for someone's safety. At any rate, these interviews have yielded everything I had hoped for and more. Come, let's return to Ul'dah. I'll have your reward for you at Ul'dah at the Hall of Flames. There you are. I ended up troubling you longer than I had intended, but it was a truly fruitful series of interviews. How fortunate that we could hear from those who lived that fateful time. While I still have many questions, the biography is beginning to take shape in my mind. I also feel as though I've attained a measure of closure. Louis Soir fought simply as one of us, and he made the ultimate sacrifice that hope might endure. This I've come to realize and appreciate thanks to everyone's heartfelt testimonies. Now then, last but not least, I'd like to ask you for your thoughts on something. According to Orne, Louis Soir smiled in his final moment. As he was enveloped in light, what do you imagine he held in his mind? Hope for the future. I see, I see. I appreciate your thoughts. As I pen the biography, I'll be certain to remember your words. Well, sad though it is, it's time for us to part ways. I'll set to work on a draft, and I won't rest until the biography goes to the print. Thank you for all your help, my friend. I couldn't have come this far without you. End of an era Framers Kit. Dun, 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 dun. Thank you, friend. The man, the myth, the legend. Pretty. End of an era. Ooh. Oh no! I'm getting exploded. Oh, that's so good. Is there not a... Hey, there's no accent. Oh, thank you. It was cute until I got burned. Lenora. Greetings, adventurer. Are you here to test your skills in the excitement of Kupo adventure? I guess. You bet I am, Kupo. Excellent. Let's get you started at once. Please enjoy yourself. I have no idea what this is. Kupo. Aww. Oh. What the? Oh, I see. Holy shit! Oh, this is neat. Palm Ward, Palm Cure, Palm Starstorm. Oh my gosh, Palm Fire. Palm Re-Raise. This is cool! Okay, we gotta get the crystals. Oh, holy shit, okay. Oh, and the bats move quickly, I see. Oh, heck. You made it the last round without using any of the actions because you didn't realize the hill existed. Oh no. Whoa! Okay, you sense a powerful presence. Uh-oh. Oh, heck, I didn't hit the goblin at all. Oh, fuck. Dude. It's a fucking torn from the heavens! Yeah, baby! Holy shit! Let's go! Sorry, Gobbo. That's so good. Stage 2. You? That's illegal. Oh, fudge. Ow! Oh, fuck, that's bad. What is this green? Oh, that's poison. Oh! Oh no! Oh no! Oh, baby, okay. Ow. Keep moving up, keep moving up. Oh, I was hoping... Oh, it would, hit him in the explosion, but I'm kind of silly. Dun, 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 dun. Oh, these cactuar are mean. Oh, fuck! Ow. I forgot about this cactuar. It's fine, we'll do like this. Woo! Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Oh, that was a really bad. 7, 8 squares. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Wait, what if we go nuts? Oh, this is bad. No! Oh, fuck! That's worse. Oh, no. There we go. Oh, fudge. Go away, go away. Boom! Amazing shot. Amazing shot. This music's so good. Oh, that's such a cute emote. I need emotes. I need emotes. Palm ward. Palm levitation. Oh. Got him. Oh, Tonberries. Ho 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 ho! Oh, okay, I see, I see. Brr, brr, brr. Bump, bump, bump. Ow! Ow! I could just kablamo! Heck yeah, heck yeah. Ow. Yes! Oh, that wasn't as good as it could have been. That's alright. Ooh. Ow. Ho 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 ho, baby! Thank you. This is cool. I swear, I'm not as good as I'm making it look. Hey, what up? Yeah, they mentioned it. It will be. Oh, fuck. Hi, Odin. Bye, Odin. Mandragora. Bye. No actions? Oh, none of the spells are... Oh, this is cute. This art. She's cute. Victory, Kupo! Oh, that was so fun. And this is reminiscent of the Final Fantasy 1, this screen here. And the music too, of course.